Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So I have a question. If almost no one still believes in Joe Biden anymore, literally Democrats, unless they're really, really crazy, total vote blue no matter who type people, they don't even still believe in him. So if that's true, do people still believe in the tired narratives that he's been peddling basically ever since he joined the 2020 presidential race? Do they still believe him when he tells us that white supremacy is the biggest threat to our nation? And did they ever believe that? Because, that's what they expect us to believe. But the problem with believing that is it takes a lot of faith and it takes a lot of trust in the people that are telling you this, because we don't see any evidence. There's no data. There is no fact pattern. There's nothing that tells us that that is true. And at least since the October 7 attacks in Israel, the violence that we've been seeing, while a lot of it are white people perpetrating it, they're not white supremacists. These are woke supremacists. That's what they are. I don't know if that's a real term, but that's what they are. These are anti-Semitic woke supremacists. And, it's all over our college campuses and it's all over the streets. In every single American city, people are in the streets pulling this nonsense. People are directing their hate, directing real violence at Jewish people just for the sake of being Jewish. And now, just the most recent example that the media doesn't want to talk about, by the way, as usual. And most of it's in blue states, but this time in Beverly Hills, California, an elderly Jewish couple were assaulted in broad daylight on their way to synagogue. And no one wants to talk about the attacker. You can't even barely find a picture of the guy without really, really digging for it. And that is a very, very telling part of this story. And let me know in the comments if the attacker was some Jason Aldean looking white supremacist type guy. Would his picture be front page news? Would it be everywhere? And is the reason that the actual attacker in this case isn't even being discussed is because he's a non-white person that just doesn't fit the narrative? I happen to think that that's the case. I think that if it fit the narrative, they'd be talking about it like crazy. Take a look at this local news report and how they cover this.
A man in his 70s assaulted on his way to synagogue over the weekend. A suspect has been arrested, and Eyewitness News reporter Jaysha Patel is live in Beverly Hills with more. Jaysha?
Philip, I spoke with Alan, the son of that elderly Jewish man who was attacked on Sunday. Now, the good news is Alan says his father is doing well, and he also has an important message for the Jewish community. Around 9 a.m. on Sunday, Rafi and his wife were walking to Young Israel of North Beverly Hills, an Orthodox synagogue, when he was attacked. His son Alan described what exactly happened to his father.
Hit my father over the head with a belt, and as he came to and realized that he was bleeding, he turned to my mother and referred to her as a Jew or a dirty Jew. Give me your earrings, your jewelry. I don't think the memory of the words are exactly clear. What is clear, of course, is that he called her a Jew.
Beverly Hills police say the attack happened on North Rexford Drive and Santa Monica Boulevard. Alan says his father, Rafi, who was in his 70s, chased after the suspect, and his mother described the suspect to police, who found him and took him into custody. Police say 44-year-old Jairus J. Salagi was arrested on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon, attempted robbery, hate crime, and elder abuse.
He did sustain a laceration to his head above his right eyebrow, right here. Interestingly, the same location where his father received a gun wound in the War of Independence of 1948 as a soldier for the Israeli army.
Alan tweeted this photo of a bloody tissue after the attack. The mayor and governor chimed in on social media about it. LA Mayor Karen Bass called the attack a vile act, while Governor Gavin Newsome wrote, "This is appalling. Anti-Semitism has no place in this state."
My message is the same one as my father's. No one's born a racist. They are taught to become racists. The message is to restore the high standards of education to our great country and to ensure that we educate in a way that facilitates respect and tolerance.
Beverly Hills police say they are actively making an effort to keep the community safe during the war in the Middle East.
All of our officers are keenly aware of certain areas to do special watches, which are periodic checks of our institutions, mainly our religious institutions, and we're also stepping up our patrol in certain areas of the city.
Police say there is no relationship between the victim and suspect. They also say Salagi is being held on $100,000 bail. He's still in custody this morning and he's due in court tomorrow. Live in Beverly Hills, Jaysha Patel, ABC.
Yeah, so you guys see that. In any other situation, any other narrative fitting scenario, and this would be national news, this would be front page news, and the attacker's face would be all over everything from here to ESPN, I would imagine. But it doesn't fit, so it's ignored. And guys, these are not isolated incidents. Just a little over a month ago, we had another also elderly man protesting in support of Israel when he was punched in the face so hard that he fell down and died. And that was basically ignored by the media. Again, because it didn't really fit. It does not fit. You can do anything you want against certain people, and no one seems to care. Guys, these things, they're going to continue. These things will continue to happen because we have sent the message to the woke revolutionaries that this kind of behavior is acceptable. We've told them that violence and property damage for their causes and only their causes will be tolerated. We've told them that spreading hate and spreading threats of violence on college campuses is apparently just part of growing up and learning to express themselves. And, we've even told them that the only bad guys, the only real threats to our entire nation, they don't look like them. They look like me. And, this is all, it's insane. It sounds crazy because it is crazy, but guys, it's all by design. And these things are going, like I said, they are going to continue to happen until we have a real, uncomfortable, and very, very difficult cultural shift. That's already starting to happen, and we need to make sure that it continues to happen. But anyway, that's all I've got, guys. I thought you deserved to see what had happened to these people. And let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. And if you haven't already, help us to continue to grow. Like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I really appreciate the support. Building a great community together. I'm having a good time talking to you guys. We'll see you in the next one.